Today, we pay tribute to a man whose name will forever echo in the corridors of Kenya's political history, Raila Odinga. A symbol of courage, resilience, and an unyielding voice for democracy, Raila Odinga stood not merely as a politician, but as a vision of a freer, fairer Kenya. His passing marks the end of an era, but his spirit, the spirit of the Orange Revolution, lives on in the hearts of millions who still believe that justice, truth, and unity are worth fighting for. Raila Odinga was not just a man of politics, he was a man of purpose. A man who bore the scars of struggle with pride, who dreamed of a Kenya where every citizen's voice mattered. And though his earthly journey has ended, the dream he carried still burns, bright, defiant, and alive.
The Orange Revolution, a tale of two nations. In 2004, far away in Ukraine, a movement was born, the Orange Revolution, after a fraudulent presidential election threatened to silence the people's will. For 2 months and 1 day, Ukrainians filled the streets, peacefully demanding justice. Their persistence paid off. The Supreme Court of Ukraine intervened, canceling the manipulated results, and under the eyes of the world, a fair second election was held. Victory came without bloodshed, one life lost, yet democracy triumphed. 3 years later, Kenya would experience its own Orange Revolution. From December 27, 2007 to February 28, 2008, 2 months and 1 day, our streets echoed with cries of anger, pain, and hope. But unlike Ukraine, Kenya's revolution was marked by tragedy. Between 800 and 1,500 lives were lost in the chaos that followed. The Supreme Court of Kenya could not intervene with the same force. The dream of a fair election dissolved in the smoke of violence, and Mwai Kibaki remained president. The question remains, why did one revolution succeed in peace, while the other drowned in pain? This book investigates that mystery, comparing the historical and political roots of both nations. In Ukraine, nationalism united the people. In Kenya, ethnicity divided them. Where one nation's constitutional system allowed for judicial correction, the other was trapped in political paralysis. And while the orange color symbolized unity in Ukraine, in Kenya it became a symbol of division, a heartbreaking reflection of how the same dream can lead to different destinies. Reflection, a spiritual perspective for Africa. But the author's reflection brings us to a higher truth, one beyond politics, beyond ethnicity, beyond even revolution itself. When this analysis was first written in spring 2008, it came from a purely human rights perspective. Yet, over time, the author came to understand a deeper calling, that Africa's restoration will not come from politics alone, but from turning back to the Creator, the Lord Almighty God. Africa's wounds, from colonial corruption to manipulated faith, from division to despair, will only heal when truth, transparency, good governance, and godliness walk hand in hand. When citizens surrender not to the rule of man, but to the reign of God. For it is written, love always overcomes fear. And it is that love for truth, love for one another, and love for God, that will finally set Africa free.
A call to remember and rise. So today, as we remember Raila Odinga, let us not mourn in silence, but rise in purpose. Let his legacy remind us that democracy is not a gift, it is a responsibility. That peace is not weakness, it is wisdom. And that faith is not a retreat, it is the foundation of freedom. May Raila Odinga's dream live on. May Kenya's wounds become lessons. And may Africa, our beloved continent, finally stand as one under the light of truth, justice, and God's love. Rest in peace, Raila Odinga. Your revolution did not fail, it planted seeds. And one day, Africa will harvest them in peace. Asante sana.